Divanopriyo. Just like when the rains arrive, a tiny seed starts growing. Parvadaraj Paryushan Mahaparva was giving us a new inspiration. Every day of Paryushan Mahaparva was giving us a new inspiration. It was preparing us to check and change our belief system. Today, I want to give you a new inspiration once again. Tell me one thing. What is easier? Giving 1,000 rupee note to somebody or bowing down in somebody's feet and, and asking for forgiveness? And asking for forgiveness? Hello. Wealth donation is easy, but forgiveness donation is very difficult. To forgive someone, we need to forget their mistakes. We need to let go. However, what happens mostly? Whenever we tie a knot for somebody in our minds, we form an impression for that person. And we don't tie the knot just one. We keep tying one knot over another. And finally, the knot becomes so strong that even we cannot open it. Many people develop a tumor in their brain, right? Only the one who does not have proper tuning with everybody develops a tumor. Why is it so? Because in the beginning, the knot first developed in our mind, the knot of anger, ego, jealousy, hatred, and then that mental knot becomes a physical knot in the brain, which is known as tumor. Today, even science is proving that the one whose mind is filled with the negativity of expectation, greed, attachment, anger, hatred, eventually develops a knot in the brain. And there are numerous people who had brain tumor. But after that, when they started clearing the negativity from their mind, when they started having good thoughts for everybody, when they started having love and compassion for everybody, when they forgave everybody, even their brain tumor got treated without any medicine. They treated their brain tumor with the purity of forgiveness. They treated their brain tumor with the purity of forgiveness. Hello, do you know what happens? For some people, the knot is very easy, very tiny in the beginning. For some people, the knot is very tiny in the beginning. It is as tiny as a mustard seed. And then it slowly starts growing bigger and bigger. Whereas for some people, the knot stays small and disappears in some time. Tomorrow is the big day of Samvatsari. And before that, I want to do a surgical operation of your brain tumor. Check your brain. How many tumors do you have? Close your eyes and check. Yes, I have a tumor for my in-laws. I have a tumor for my boss. I have a tumor for my neighbor. I have a tumor for my brother. Someone's tumor is small. Someone's tumor has become very big and someone needs an urgent operation. Yes, check. Hello. Okay, open your eyes. Raise your hands and confess. How many of you feel that there are one or two or three tumors in your brain? How many of you feel that you don't have any tumor? No one. Yes, yes. MRI scan of the brain can diagnose external tumors, but MRI scan of the mind can diagnose internal tumors. Paramatma has said that when our tumor is small, we bind karmas. But When a tumor becomes big and all, we multiply those karmas. Binding karmas is because you live in worldly life and you will have certain emotions. But multiplying those karmas 10 times, 100 times, million times is not necessary. That is why make one confess to Paramatma, Prabhu, my entire past was my mistake. And today I want to ask for forgiveness for those mistakes. I don't want to keep notes for anybody in my mind. Everyone's life and everyone's nature are according to their karmas. But whether to keep negativity for them or not is in my hands. Remember one thing. It's possible that someone may give you a gift, and it's possible that someone may throw stones at you. What people give you defines their level. Hello, defines their level. But what you do with that defines your level. If someone throws stones at you, do you save those stones in your locker? No. Right? It's very simple. You throw away the stones and you keep the gift. It's the same with our memories. Hello. If someone throws anger, insult, negativity, jealousy at you, why do you keep that memory in your mind? Why? Should you keep it like a treasure? Or should you throw away that trash? Should you tie a knot and save it in your mind space? Or should you delete it? Hello. On the other hand, if someone has done something good for you, someone has helped you, someone has taken care of you, you forget that good memory after few days. After few days. Why? Because your memory slot is filled with bad memories. And you know, there is one more human psychology. Whenever you tie a knot, that knot is small. But after that, you share your problems with others. He said this to me. She did that with me. I told them so many times, but they don't listen to me. Now what happens? It multiplies your knot. Remember one thing, people who like gossip, hello, people you like gossip will multiply your knots and your karmas. And if you handle your own problem without looking for people's sympathy, you can easily open your knots and your karmas will also not multiply. That's why choose the people around you wisely. Don't surround yourself with people who dissolve all the knots and clear your negativity. Don't choose friends who increase your enemies. Choose friends who help you convert your enemies into friends. Paramatma has said that the one who can let go easily can also reach moksha easily. But many people have a habit that they just can't let go. He never says sorry to me. I always have to go and say sorry first. Now I won't go. Let him come to me if he wants to. When you take time to say sorry to others, even the doors of moksha will tell you, sorry, no entry for you. And the one who can easily say sorry to others, even Paramatma waits to welcome him at the doors of moksha. How many of you feel that? Prabhu must be waiting for you. And how many of you feel that the doors of moksha will be closed for you? Hello. You don't realize, but every step that you take, every choice that you make, either it can take you near or far away from your moksha. Hello. Understand? Do you know how a knot is opened? Even if it is a very tight knot, if you put that knot inside water, it can be opened very easily. And if it is dry, then it becomes harder and takes more and more time to open. In the same way, the one whose heart is hard is not becomes harder, and the one whose heart is soft is not also becomes soft and can open very easily. To open your knot, you have to tell yourself only one sentence. Let it go. Forget about it now. When you say this, do you know what happens? Sometimes this small mantra becomes more powerful than other mantras because it inspires you to forget everything and move on. Only the one who can let go can become Arihant. Only the one who can let go can become Siddha. The one who can let go can become Acharya. The one who can let go can become Upadhyay. And the one who can let go can become a Sadhak. So, whenever you let go in any situation, you must know that you have planted the seeds to become Arihant, Siddha, Acharya, Upadhyay, Sadhu. Hello. You have got a place in the Panch Parameshti. People who donate millions may not get a place in the Panch Parameshti. But a person who gives a heartfelt donation of forgiveness to somebody finds a place in the Panch Parameshti. However, do you know where the problems lies? There is an antidote to our mind, but there is no exit door. So, once something gets stuck inside, it does not go out. And then you keep revising it over and over again. You may have often seen Paramatma's face. Why is his face always smiling? Do you know the secret behind this? Hello. Because his mind is not filled with anybody's mistakes. Hello. And so, on the occasion of Paryushan Parva, make one resolution. I will not make my mind a dumping ground of somebody's bad qualities. The anger belongs to someone else and you will collect it in your mind. In your mind, the negative behavior belongs to someone else and you will collect it in your mind. Why? Hello, why? The one who collects someone's stress can never be a divine person. His mind becomes a dumping ground. Once, two people were traveling by bus. They got down near a village. When the first man got down, he asked an old man sitting under a tree, "Uncle, how is this town?" The old man asked, "Son, where have you come from?" The man told him about his town. The old man then asked, "How was that town?" The man replied, "The town was very bad. The people used to harass me so much. They would not let me sleep at night. I was fed up over there." The overman told, "Son, the people of this town are also like that." After some time, the second man got down from the bus. Now, he came and asked the old man, "Uncle, how is this town? How is this town? I have been transferred here for service." The old man again asked him the same question. Hello, same question. Where are you from? Where are you from? How was your town? The man replied, my town was very nice. The people over there used to take so much care. They always helped me. They always helped me. I did not want to leave that town, but I have been transferred to this town now. So I have come to live here. The old man said to him, son, the people of this town are even better than that. They will look after you very well. You will be very happier. Hello. The old man was the same. The town was the same. Yet why did he give different answers to both the travelers? Some people create a garden in their mind, and so their brain is filled with fragrance, and they spread fragrance wherever they go. And some people create a dumping yard in their mind, and so their brain is filled. Their brain is filled with a bad smell which spreads wherever they go. People around you are a reflection of what lies within you. You are the creator of your mind, and to forgive others, you have to first empty your mind. Forgiveness is a war that makes you pure. Forgiveness is a war that makes you pure. It is your war against your own ego. I want to ask you one thing. What is worse? Anger or ego? Hello? Anger or ego? Anger always has a short life, whereas ego has an endless life. How many of you feel guilty after getting angry on somebody? Most people, right? However, when that guilt mixes with ego, your ego does not let you say sorry, right? The nectar of repentance gets polluted with your ego. Your mind convinces you that even the opposite person was wrong. Then shouldn't he say sorry first? Then shouldn't he say sorry first? Always remember, if the sin of anger makes you bind 10% karmas, the sin of ego makes you bind 100 times, 1,000 times, million times, infinite times more karmas. Because it is very easy to say sorry after getting angry. But it is very difficult to say sorry when your anger mixes with your ego. Samvatsari is the moment to melt your ego. Hello? Samvatsari is the moment to melt your ego. But do you know what happens in reality? Even if you want to say sorry, you wait for the other person to say sorry first. You keep checking your messages to see if they have sent you a Micchami Dukram message. Am I right? Hello? Am I right? How many of you wait for someone else to say sorry? You have to confess honestly today. What is most people's psychology? If he says sorry, I am ready to forgive immediately. But why should I say sorry? It was his mistake, not my mistake. It was his mistake, not my mistake. Remember one thing, waiting for somebody to say sorry is your punishment for yourself. And after waiting, if that person does not come to say sorry, then what happens? Again your anger and negative emotions start rising. The one who is connected with Paramatma clears his stock of negativity before Samvatsari. Because he knows one thing. Hello. Because he knows one thing. Nobody loses by asking for forgiveness. Instead, forgiveness can make both sides win. Many people even feel uncomfortable to say sorry. But you must know that feeling shameful is a sign of weakness. And saying sorry is a sign of courage. It is a sign of being Bhagavan Mahavir. Because where does courage lie? In asking for forgiveness. In asking for forgiveness or in staying egoistic. That's why it is said that Sambasari is one type of war. Your war against yourself. Your war against your ego. I want to ask you one question. Can an animal ever join? Can an animal ever join hands and say sorry? Can a cow join her hands and say Michhami Dukram? Can a dog join hands and say Michhami Dukram? No. Animals was my mistake. There will be your real Sambasari. And that is the most difficult thing to do. How many of you feel that my ego was not letting me bend down? If you are ready to bow down 100 times in front of Prabhu and Guru, but if you can't bend down even once where you actually need to, then you fail. It is very difficult. But Samvatsari is the day which makes the most difficult things easy. Prabhu, if my heart is bitter, how will you enter my heart? I want to empty my heart today and fill it with the sweetness of forgiveness so that you can enter my heart, Prabhu. When I was in Punadi, the man had come to me from Bhuj. He told me, Gurudev, I cheated my cousin and put him in jail. And since many years, our families had stopped talking to each other. But when I heard your live Pravachan this year, I decided that I want to go and say sorry anyhow. So, I went to their house. But the moment they saw me outside, they closed the door on my face. When they closed the door, I could see you on that door, Gurudev. And I decided that I will not move from here till they don't open the door. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I was standing in the heat. For once, I even thought to myself, let it be. Let me ask for forgiveness mentally and let me leave from here. But I constantly remembered your words. Forgiveness is a war that makes you pure. And so, even though I am a Kshatriya, I am decided that I want to bend my ego to mend my relations. After about 30 minutes, I again went to the door. I knocked 5 times, but still the door remained closed. Hello. But a window opened and a small child came to see outside. He went inside and gave a message that he is still standing. I kept knocking. After knocking for the 9th time, my cousin opened the door and with wide arms he welcomed me. My eyes became moist with tears of joy. And I told him, I am sorry, it was my mistake. And the moment I entered, he lied down straight in my feet and started crying. He told me, brother, we lost and you won. And with tears in my eyes, I made him stand up and told him, now when our hearts melt with love, nobody has lost, everybody wins. Today we have won together. He was crying so much. Even when he was sharing this with me, just imagine. I am sorry, it was my mistake. I am sorry, it was my mistake. This one sentence is enough to clear your entire past and create a bright future. That's why. Remember one last inspiration for this Samvatsari. Don't be late to say sorry. Don't wait to say sorry. Don't be late to say sorry. Don't wait to say sorry. Hello. Don't be late to say sorry. Don't wait to say sorry. Okay. Suvam Bhava. Shriyam Bhava. Mangalam Bhava. Okay. Michhami Dukadam.